Just need a moment to set up. As a reminder, there's going to be a best of 3 semi-finals. Lower brackets. Okay, beautiful. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have our red Zerg player. We have our red Zerg leading the series 1-0 as we are jumping in mid-series. It is GgMaChine. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the purple Protoss player, the purple Protoss himself. It is SickNess. He's the opposite of Cure. We found him. Let's go. As we have our ZvP, and if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as you have some time here to get your gamba going. Of course, GgMaChine, he's ahead in the series, but SickNess definitely has it in him here to bring it back and to force that ace match. As a reminder, the winner of this series plays against Wayne in a best of 5. As Wayne is waiting in that lower bracket finals. So I can wait so far. Hatch gas pool, standard opener out of GgMaChine. Likewise, gate expanded to Cybercore here from SickNess. So everything looking normal, everything so far looking standard. Whew, and I will say that SickNess, he's more of a standard player than Strange, so we should be seeing some more standard mid-game as well. A very different dynamic, very different kind of ZvP, I'm expecting. Very different. Just catching up with the chats. Adepts hurt. Yeah, I mean, it was brutal. I mean, more importantly, they were unscattered in a sense. They were seen when they were moving out across the map, but we did try to emphasize at the start of the last game how Whispers of Gold is a very small map. So the rush distance by ground is quite short, so even though they got spotted as they moved out, by the time they got across the map, I mean, it was too late, right? It was too little too late when it comes to the response of Wayne. That was the power of Whispers of Gold coming into play. But now we're loading into a much larger map. It's a Frostline. Meanwhile, Stargate opener out of SickNess. GgMaChine going for his 3rd. Going for his expansion. We go. So players are building up. Building up GgMaChine, taking his 3rd expansion, droning, saturating, Oracle opener out of SickNess. I mean, I don't feel like I have to point it out, but based on the series that we just had with non-stop Void Rays and some crazy hidden tech, this time we're looking standard. So like SickNess, he might be sick, he might be bedridden, but you know what he's doing? He's not cheesing it out. Not yet. Nothing crazy. He's not like Strange. Not quite. Oh, never mind. Oracle into Void Ray. That is interesting. That is an interesting setup here. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Do you see what I see? Oracle into Void Ray into Robo before expansion. Before 3rd base. This is unorthodox. This is unorthodox. It is going to be an Eva Chamber opener out of GgMaChine. This is for Lings. This is for +1 melee into Mass Ling, into Lair, into Ling Hydra. GgMaChine, with this build, he wants to skip roaches. But against Robo Twilight Council, he cannot skip roaches. He needs a Roach Warren because we are committing on 2 bases. Oh boy. Here we go. Now, the Overlord does, for the most part, confirm. The Overlord actually sees the Twilight Council, so that is a big scout here for GgMaChine. He knows to play it safe. He is aware that that is a Twilight Council before the expansion. The Robo, I want to lean towards a War Prism into Temple Archives, but we'll see. I'm waiting for the Temple Archives here. There it is. There's the War Prism. Do we go for the Archives? Yep, there it is. Archon drop. Phew, okay. If you remember, if you were here for, was it game 2? Yeah, it was game 2. Between Strange and Wayne. It was either game 2 or game 1. game one, game one. When we saw the Robo follow-up of Strange, I had assumed, oh, it's an Archon drop. It's going to be Robo into Temple Archives, and it wasn't. It was Immortal Archon instead. This is an Archon drop. So this is an economic build. It is a macro build. It is a late expansion, that is true, but to make up for it, we're going for Archon drops to pick away, oh god, to pick away at Overlords, to pick away at Workers, and to maintain map control. Here comes that Prism, here come the Archons. Now, what I just reacted to was a second Robo. That is crazy. Second Robo into double Immortal production, into Mass Immortal? You have my attention. Here, the Archons, again, they're designed to hunt down Overlords, Queens, Drones, trade against Lings, but that second Robo is crazy. Lings, they attempt to move out. Lings, they threaten the expansions. Archons moving in. They catch a Queen, and that's what we're looking for. Queen goes down. Nice pickup. Lings, meanwhile, they bust in. They break down their front door. They go for the Lings. They go for the mineral line. Robos get depowered. Massive pickups. And before SickNess can get into his build, GgMaChine, he's here. He's here to shut him down. Lings, they bust into the natural. They bust into the third. They get a full surround. Shield Bearer's not ready. And GG gets called before SickNess can get into his build. The Lings, they pop off. And GgMaChine will take the series. Whew, GG. And again, GgMaChine, he wasn't all in. He was droning. He was droning. He was taking gases. He was getting into +1 range, lair into Hydras. He was taking up, but he happened to stumble into a win. GG. Broke down that front door. There was nothing at home to defend. Aye, aye, aye. And SickNess, he was cooking. He was cooking. He was going into Archons, into Mass. I'm pretty sure that was going to be Mass Immortal with double Robo. It was going to be crazy. But before he could do anything, GgMaChine popped off. Did pop off. With that, we have our two, in a way, semi-finalists. Switching our scenes over, let's catch up on the brackets. Let's figure out where we are. Here we go. So we still have Strange, of course. Strange, he's waiting in the finals, and he's waiting for the winner of the ZvZ. Wayne and GgMaChine. There's going to be a ZvZ here in the lower bracket finals to find out who will be facing off against Strange. Will Wayne get a rematch? Will GgMaChine have his chance to be the champion? Here we go.